motion is quite loaded. I represent an area of Goji River Federal Constituency from Enugu State. My name remains Toby Okechukwu. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I want to thank our colleague, Honorable Faleke, for this motion, which deals with an urgent need to rescue the country from over 30 billion annual revenue leakages arising from various malpractices in foreign exchange. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, this is a very important motion because it addresses some of the things which ordinarily you can accuse companies to be liable to certain infractions, to make deliberate efforts to cheat the government. But, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, while we employ people, while we deploy people to agencies of government, is to superintend the activities of that government in terms of revenue. And where there are leakages, somebody must be responsible. So I do not think that we should just look only at the infractions that have been committed or are alleged to be committed by the companies. People are responsible. And Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, an offense is committed by omission or commission. If you ought to undertake an activity and you don't do it, you're liable. If ordinarily in the course of your responsibility you don't do what you're supposed to do, you are responsible. If at any event you go ahead and commit any infraction, you're also liable. So I think that this motion is quite laudable. As a matter of fact, in the 8th Assembly, Mr. Speaker, we investigated some companies who were lifting crude, shipping companies. And what we found out was that they will have their registration overseas and claim that their taxes are to be done overseas. They have to pay overseas. But where they are conducting their business would be in Nigeria. And they use that as an alibi to paying taxes to Nigerian government. Mr. Speaker, even when we called FIRS then, they said, well, they are registered overseas. We had to point out to them, to the enabling clauses in our legislation, to show that you pay taxes, either you're registered or the locus of your business, which incidentally happened to be Nigeria. When you're lifting Nigerian crude, you're transporting Nigerian products, you are supposed to pay tax. So I do not even think that the 12 weeks as requested will do justice to this business. You have two regimes on foreign exchange, the official one and the one that is available to all of us. And how does this impact our businesses? When somebody inflates his invoice to export foreign exchange and go to the other country to harvest it and probably round trip it, somebody is supposed to be oversighting him. If at any point in time you are importing and you inflate your pro forma invoice, there is a letter of credit, Mr. Speaker. There should be a correlation between what is imported and the amount that has been established to be. Otherwise, our customs are not doing their job. If people who have been hired to superintend the export of goods that are coming into Nigeria, and we are paying them, something is wrong if they are not establishing a correlation with the amount and the value of the goods. So I think this is something that has to be done properly. And 30 billion annually is a lot of money. Multiply it by, 5 years. How much will it give you? 10 years, how much will it give you? And here, we are operating the budget as per capital projects in breach because we fund it only to up to 50%. But if this money were to be available, our infrastructural challenges will be addressed. So I think that Parliament has a constitutional responsibility to oversight these agencies as well as the company beneficiaries of this situation. So I think Mr. Faleke has done a good job and we need to do the needful. Thank you and God bless you.